Hi guys, this is Karthik. So welcome to the third video of this DP series. And if you haven't subscribed till now, please do subscribe and share this with your friends if you find this content helpful. So now you can pause the video and read the question on your own, then I'll explain it. So we are given with a grid of the size n cross n, something like this, okay? You're given with this kind of grid, the size of the grid is n cross n. You would like to find in this grid how many number of ways are there to go from the cell 1 comma 1. So this is row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, so on till row number n here, column 1, column 2, so on till column n here. You would like to find the number of ways in which you can go from from the cell 1 comma 1 to the cell n comma n. Okay, that is what you would like to find out, and the only operation that you can do is in one move you can go from a cell I comma j to right or to down. So from I comma j you can either go to I plus 1, one row down, comma j, or you can go from I comma j to I comma j plus 1. So personally I have seen this question in a lot many interviews, if not exactly this, a variation of this. I've seen it in quite many interviews. Okay, so I would say it's an important problem, and understanding the gist here is really important. So I'll just show you for 4 comma 4 the given example. Here we are given this kind of grid. I will represent an empty cell using 0 and a cell with an obstacle using 1. So these all are empty cells. This is a cell with an obstacle. Yeah. So this is something what my grid looks like. Now I will start from the cell 1 comma 1 and I will go till the cell 4 comma 4. I want to find in how many ways can I do that. At 1 comma 1 I have two options. I can go to the right cell. Okay, so I can go right. Now I have reached this particular cell 1 comma 2. Here I cannot go down because down there is an obstacle, so I will go to right. From 1 comma 1 I could have also chosen to go down, but I will take that to be the second case. Now I am at this particular cell 1 comma 3. Here I can choose to go right or down. Let's say I go right, so I am at this cell. From here I can only choose to go down, and there is no valid way to reach here because I will go down, I will reach this cell, then I cannot go down anymore, and right also there is no direction to go. So this wasn't a valid way. Instead I'll go right one time, two time, so two rights, then I will go down till here and right. So that is one way, this one. Okay, so this is one valid way. I'll show you one more. One way, another is this thing, two ways, three ways. Okay, so you can see that there are a total of three ways to go from 1 comma 1 to 4 comma 4, and we would like to print the total number of valid ways of doing so modulo 10 to the power 9 plus 7. So you can pause the video, think of a solution, then continue watching my approach. So let's say you have this kind of grid and you want to find the number of ways in which you can go from a particular cell 1 comma 1 to n comma n. From 1 comma 1 you just have two options. Either you will go right or you will go down. There are no other options, and that too if these two cells are not blocked. Okay, so you have two options. Either you go to the right, either you go right and reach the cell, this would be 1 comma 2, or you go down, and in this way you will reach the cell 2 comma 1. These were the only two possibilities you had, and both of these will lead to different ways of going from 1 comma 1 to 4 n comma n. So if I reached here, I would like to know what are the number of valid ways in which I could go from this particular cell till the n comma n cell. Okay, and all those ways, right, there will be some ways that start from here, go something like this, or some other way like this, but all those ways can be appended with a right, basically I could do a right move from 1 comma 1, and then I could follow any of these paths to n comma n, n comma n, and all those paths will be valid paths from 1 comma 1 to n comma n. Moreover, all the paths from 1 comma 1, I could do a right, I could do a down, I could read this cell. Okay, so this I could have went right or down. So all these paths can be prefixed with a down and taken valid paths from 1 comma 1 to n comma n, and in this case all the paths that start from the cell 2 comma 1, there can be any number of paths from 2 comma 1 to n comma n, and all those paths can be prefixed with a right. Okay, so from 1 comma 1 I could choose to go to right and then follow any valid path from 2 comma 1 to n comma n, and these are the number of paths from 1 comma 1 to n comma n. Either you go right and follow any of the paths from 1 comma 2 to n comma n, or you go down and follow any of the paths from 2 comma 1 to n comma n, right? So this is the basic gist here. I will be defining a term dpij now, and you can pause the video and try to define something on your own and also build some recurrences. With this intuition, let's say that I define dp of ij as the number of valid paths. So number of valid paths from the cell I comma j, from the cell I comma j to n comma n. So I have defined this thing. Now given this definition, what is going to be my final answer? I wanted to evaluate what are the number of valid paths from 1 comma 1 to n comma n. So by definition of dpij, my answer is dp of 1 comma 1, right? So we have defined these two things. Now let's try to evaluate a recurrence for dpij. So if I am at some ith cell, I can either go right or I can go down. And let's say there were some k1 number of ways in which I could go from I comma 1, I plus 1 comma j to n comma n, right? Let's say there were some k1 ways of doing this, and from I comma j plus 1 there were some k2 ways of doing this. Okay, so I could take all these k1 ways, I could prefix a down move, right? And all these k1 ways will also be valid ways from I comma j to n comma n. Same way, I could take any of these k2 moves of going from I comma j plus 1 to n comma n and prefix a right move from, and all these ways will also be valid ways from I comma j to n comma n. Hopefully the idea here is very clear. And by definition, what will be k1? K1 by definition will be dp of I plus 1 comma j, and k2 by definition will be dp of I comma j plus 1. So your dp of ij is going to be the sum of these two possibilities. Either I go right or I go down. So my dpij becomes dpij I plus 1 comma j if I go down from ij, or if I go right, it becomes dp of I comma j plus 1. So that's it. This is your recurrence, your answer, and your definition for dpij. A possible base case. What are the number of ways of going from n comma n to n comma n? There is one way. You do nothing, you keep standing, that is one way. Okay, so dp of n comma n, I can define it to be 1. There is one way of doing that. So guys, that's it. These are the recurrences and the base case. I will be coding this thing now. So here I've just taken the input, this rep etc. you can check in my hash defines. It's just that it's a bit cool. Yeah. Now let me say okay, dp array n plus 1 comma n plus 1, and I'll fill my dp table in bottom up manner. My final answer will be stored at dp1 comma 1. Let's see how we can fill this thing up. Let's say I start from n plus 1 from okay, so I'm going to start my I from n, I greater than equal to 1, I minus minus, I will think about the ith row. I will evaluate the answers for the ith row and the jth column in bottom up. I'll just show you an example how I'm going to do that. Let me show you the example first. So for this particular grid, my answer is going to be evaluated something like this. I guess, yeah. So I say that from 4,4 to 4,4 there is one way. For this one I can only go right, there is no down option, so there is one way. For this also one way. This cell itself is blocked, so 0 ways. For going from here to here we have one okay, this cell is blocked, 0 ways. For this guy I can either go right or down, so my answer is 0 plus 1, that is 1. For this cell my answer, I can either go right or down, so my answer is 1 plus 1, it is 2. Here my answer will be 2 plus 0, 2. My answer here will be 0 because there is just one option of going down. Here my answer will be 1 plus 0, 1. Here my answer will be 1 plus 2, 3. Sorry, this cell is blocked, right? So it will be 0. So if cell is blocked, my answer is obviously 0. Here it's going to be 2 because either I can go right or down, so 0 plus 2, 0, 1 plus 0, 1, 0 plus 1, 1, and finally 2 plus 1, my final answer here becomes 3, that is my answer. This is how I'm going to evaluate my grid, and that is the same code I'm writing there. Okay, so if I equals n and j equals to n, then I'm at the last cell and there's just one way. I'll say okay, dpij equals to 1. Otherwise there are two options. Integer option 1, go right. Going right means going to the cell dpi plus 1 2 comma j. Sorry, going right means dpi comma j plus 1. The other option is you go down, and these are the two options. You'll add these to get your answer at dpij. I'll print the answer modulo 10.9 plus 7. Also, there's one thing to consider here. If the particular cell here is blocked, so if grid ij is blocked, I don't really need to do any of these things because my answer is obviously going to be 0. If this particular cell itself is blocked, if this is 1, then that means my cell is blocked, and then dpij becomes 0, and I could in fact break or maybe continue. But shorter code would be that instead of writing this thing here, I'll handle that also here only. So once I've done this, if my grid ij says that the cell in itself is blocked, then dpij becomes 0. Moreover, option 1 and option 2. Option 1 means I'm going right. So I can only go right if there is a cell to the right. Okay, if there is no cell to the right, you are already at the rightmost cell in your grid, then you can no longer take a right step. So if j equals to n, you cannot go right, then this possibility does not exist. Same way, if you're already at the bottom bottom row or the downmost row, then you cannot really go down again. So if I also is already equal to n, you cannot choose to go down, so this possibility does not exist. And at the end you print 1, 1. Let's just try this thing. I am getting the correct answer. I'll just submit. This should most likely pass. So guys, if you liked the video, okay, just a second, oh, there's one wrong answer. This is probably because of integer overflows, so I'm getting a wrong answer here. Okay, the last cell itself was blocked. I didn't consider that possibility. I thought that the last cell will not be blocked. So if n comma n, if either n comma n cell is blocked or 1 comma 1 cell is blocked, my answer is 0. but 1 comma 1 I would consider in this looping, but I haven't considered n comma n. So what I can do is I declared, okay, let me just say if the nth self itself, the n comma n cell itself is blocked, then simply say there are no ways to basically reach the cell. Otherwise you can print this and now it will work. The other wrong answer is also due to the same mistake. Alright. So guys, like, share and subscribe if you like the content. I'll keep adding more. Thanks for watching.